Good morning. It's about 7 a.m. and I've started by cooking today. So the first thing I have up is my chana, and I forget. I put some basmati rice to boil to soak overnight. So this is it boiling here with some spices like cinnamon, clove, cardamom or elaichi. So I'm just going to put that to boil on a very low heat. And this is my chana. I just put some salt and some brown sugar in this, and I'm just going to leave it to boil. This is some split peas powder that I mixed with a little bit of water, some salt, turmeric, some paprika, and some green seasoning. And this is what I'm going to make curry. It's just a thinner dal with boulders in it. Well, that's what we call it, boulders. But it's like some small fritters, like small pylori that goes inside of the dal that's fried separately. This is my mustard seeds popping here. So now I'm going to add a few seeds of methi or fenugreek. I'm going to just put some jeera to splatter. So I added more water to the split pea powder or grind dal mixture. And the rice for my sweet rice is still boiling. Chana is still boiling, and you want to remove this frothy impurities from the top of it and just give it a stir. So I'm repeating the same ingredients here: the split peas powder, turmeric, paprika, salt, green seasoning. The only thing I've added difference here is some baking powder, and I'm going to add a little water to this. This consistency is going to be more like a batter to make the boulders for frying. Right, so this is some oil, and this is what the paste should look like to fry your boulders. Making some little balls and dropping it in the hot oil. So these boulders are going to fry something like pylori, except they're not going to be as fluffy. They're going to be a little more dense, I guess. Fry them golden brown. You keep stirring it. The most important thing is keeping it on a very low heat so it doesn't boil over and it doesn't start sticking. So this is the first batch of boulders. I'm going to take these off and put in another set. Let's keep it in some greaseproof paper until I'm ready to put it into the curry. Okay, so this curry, it's thickening up and it's boiling. So now I'm going to add in the boulders. Let it finish cooking and taking in the flavors. So I have added a little bit of all the things I just pulled out there. And I'm going to empty this up and cover it because I don't want it to thicken up more than this. It's looking good to go on some rice. Okay, so to my sweet rice, I've added some ginger powder. If you have freshly ground ginger, it will be better, but I don't have. I've added some condensed milk, and now I'm going to add some carnation milk. Correct name for sweet rice is kheer. And I'm going to add some cardamom powder to the top. And stir up that and leave it to boil. So you want to add the milk and all of that to your sweet rice. You see when your rice is almost melted. So you'll find these are basmati. These are long grain rice. I use was basmati. And the grains have melted up. All those things floating on top there is like the cardamom and some of the ginger powder. So I'm just going to let this thicken down a little bit, and that will be finished. Now when you're cooking for these kind of puja or offerings, you cannot taste anything. So you have to have this average, this God sent or ancestor sent average. You have to know the smell and you have to know the consistency of everything, because you cannot taste it. You cannot juta it. So this is my pumpkin. I popped some mustard seeds, added a little bit of curry powder to my oil, and some fenugreek. Put in the pumpkin with some green seasoning, salt, and brown sugar. I'm going to lower the heat and cover this and just allow it to cook down. So this chana has been boiling for like more than an hour now, almost an hour and a half. So I'm going to check it. I'm just going to press the greens against the side of the pot. So it's boiled because it's crushing. So I'm now going to strain this and prepare it to make the chana and aloo. So this is the potato. I just drained it. Drained out both of them, chana and potato. And I'm going to season this up with some salt, green seasoning, and prepare to curry this. So I added a little curry powder also to the chana and aloo, salt, black pepper, and green seasoning. My green seasoning, I usually blend up like celery, shadow benny, big thyme, small thyme, ginger, pimento. Those are the things I put in my green seasoning. And every West Indian house always has a bottle of this in the fridge, like done for every week's cooking. Green seasoning. So this is my chana and aloo. This is curry leaves. And some curry powder. And the chana and aloo. It's very good. So I'm just putting my pumpkin here. And it's already started to melt down. So I usually use this spoon, kind of crush the big pieces. Look at low heat and it's the water from the vegetable, the natural water from the vegetable is coming out and cooking it. I do not add any water or anything to this. Except my heat is low and I'm keeping it cooked. Let's put aloo bunji down as it will take in all the flavor, fry up all the curry and fry up all the seasoning and everything that I've added to it. After a little while, I'm going to add some water to this. Cover it with water and just let it boil down. This is my tahina mixture. I have split pea powder, a little bit of flour, a little bit of baking powder, some green seasoning, turmeric, salt, paprika, a little bit of jeera. To this, I'm going to add some bhaji. This is the chana and aloo. I add all the peppers to it, like some jeera, ground jeera, paprika, a little more shadow bendy. And you can check the potato, check the aloo on the side. I just cut it with a spoon to see if it cooked, fully cooked. And some people has crushed this a little bit. And some people they just leave it to boil down. So this is my oil was hot just now, so I didn't get to show you all how I was doing this tahina. I'm just using a silicone ladle and I just pouring in the butter into the hot oil. So whatever shape it forms, whether it's be oval or round or whatever, these are some that fried already. And this is the shapes I'm getting. Not too bad. So I'm filling this tahina here. Leaving it to cook for a few minutes on each side until the color becomes like golden brown. And the chana and aloo is finished. So I'm just going to use this spoon and crack up some of the potato and chana. And I'm leaving it with this amount of sauce, but it's going to dry down so much. I'm just going to cover this and leave it in this pot to finish drying out with the heat of the pot. So it's now 9:45. I've been cooking since 7. And thankfully I'm almost done. I'm just frying out the tahina. And these have been thawing since morning down to room temperature from the fridge, the basapchat or paratha rolls. And I already put my tawa to heat up. And I'm going to make the roti and some salad, and that's the lunch for the day. So I'm going to do the first roti. For paratha roti, the tawa, the griddle or the platen, however you call it, Has to be very loose. And your paratha has to be rolled out very thin. I'm going to dust with a lot of dry flour to absorb some of the moisture, which is like butter mixture inside. So when I'm rolling here, I'm pressing mostly on the ends. I'm going to grease my tower. This is a dabla. If you don't have this, you could use a long spoon or a long knife. And that's my first roti. A little closer. Still have my last batch of tahina frying here. So back to the roti. So this is the same mixture that was remaining from yesterday, which I rolled out the roti with. So all I did is added some oil to it this morning, and of course I took it out same time with the roti, the loya. So I wanted it to come to room temperature. So you generously coat in the they don't have a silicone brush. You could use long ago my grandmother and them used to use an enamel cup and just take the bottom of it and dip it onto it. Some people just use like a paper towel and do the same thing. Now this is gonna cook very quickly because of how thin I rolled it out. So you want to make sure your ends is cooked properly. So some people like theirs to get a little brown. I don't really like mine to get too brown. Right. So I'm just bringing in the two dabla. I really don't know what's the English name for this. Somebody could tell me. So you see, right away the layers start coming out. And that's a bus up shot. I'm gonna bring you in a little closer. But this is the last roti that I'm gonna make. So whatever oil mixture remains, you could just put it in a container in the fridge and use it for your cooking afterwards. This is just butter and oil, so you could use it in your cooking after today. I'm just cooking it in half like that to make sure the ends are properly cooked. So from here you can see the layers coming apart. Now, I don't know if you can see the texture from there, but it's a very silky, flaky type texture. So this is my little cooler with eight butterscotch roti. So I have a kitchen towel, a tea towel with some greaseproof paper inside. This is a paper towel on top. So this is going to keep it warm. So now I'm making a salad. I just usually call this spread salad because it has like all the fruits and vegetables cut up very small in it. So I have here apple, tomatoes, cabbage, and I really forget to grate a piece of carrots in it, but this will work. Bowl full. So I'm just gonna put some salt, some black pepper, and squeeze a little lime juice in it. Because it's lunchtime and we have rice, I always make a little salad. Oh gosh, it's missing the carrots. It's missing that little orange. Right, I'll see if I can fit it in. So it's about almost 11 and I'm finished cooking. This is everything here. And my mom sent a little bit of châtain and curry mango for me. This is everything here. Rice, curry, pumpkin, what I made, chana and aloo, roti, sahina, sweet rice, and this is some store-bought tamarind chutney for the sahina. So it's been a long morning and I'm just going to finish off with some press juice. Why they call it press juice is because it will be made very thin with a lot of sugar. So I guess long ago people used to have so many guests when they have these prayers or functions that they had to make sure that everybody gets something to eat and drink. So that's why they would make it like that, because that's what was affordable to them back then. That's what they could afford, either that or water. So but most people like to put out the best that they have, even though it's a vegetarian cuisine. They like to, you know, make sure they put out the best that they have on these days of worship and offerings. So this is my press juice. This is 1 tin of the orange juice in some sweetened water. This is going to be the vessel for the press food, a banana leaf or a sohari leaf as we call it in Trinidad. So when you put your rice on the plate, you have to make a little hole in the middle of the rice here and put the curry and the bolas or the dal so that the sauce doesn't leak out. So this is what everything looks like completed. This is the chana and aloo, pumpkin, sahina, rice, curry, salad, and roti. My mom sent the mango and the châtain for me. So this is how you usually feast in, with your hands. You mix like that. You don't need any utensils. You don't need any vessels for this. This is the best way. क्यों एक पल की भी जुदाई
कैसे बताऊं जज्बात ये मेरे, मैंने खुद से भी ज्यादा तुझे चाहा है। सब कुछ छोड़ के आना